What's going on, guys? Tylermichael here, and according to what I saw on one of my shorts, it seems like there's an interest for basic music production for artists trying to become music producers that's starting out. I'm gonna name this like basic music production, like simple drums or something for like the beginning of this. So I'm gonna be going through hi-hats and snares when beginning in this episode. I think next I'll do kicks and 808s. I'll be using the same project to kind of show you what you're looking at and kind of teach some basics that I wish I knew when I was trying to figure out how to make beats and that sort of thing for myself. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm in Ableton Live 10 Standard. And so this is my personal DAW of choice. It's what I started using and I use to this day. So what we're going to begin doing is you're going to find a loop. I'll get into melodies later, but right now we'll just do loop making. This is easier to just pull loops from somewhere. I got this one from Looperman, which I'll link below. It's a bunch of free samples that you can mess around with and play with. And kind of make your first beats with. So I have it right here. If you double click on it, it'll show you this view where you see the segment BPM, which is 125, and where my head is right here. You're gonna want to change this to whatever that says so that I can play on beat. So here's what I chose.
Tylermichael made this.
I'll turn off my tag now once you heard it, but it's a nice simple guitar beat. You can't go wrong with it. So what we're going to do is click on it, and we're going to duplicate it to about 3 minutes. So you're going to click this and Control D repeatedly until you get to about 3 minutes, which is going to be our starting point. So the beginning, I'm going to label this a different color just so you know it's the intro. And I'm going to label the last one so you know it's the ending. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so we have even. I'm going to go about, put these two, make that red, and we'll duplicate this. So now, we have it sorted to have 3 hooks and 2 verses. So that's perfect for what we're trying to do here. So to begin, we're going to choose a clap. You can choose it from anywhere in the libraries. You click the user library, it'll come up. But I'm just going to use a simple clap from my personal kit. So now that you double clicked your clap of choice, we are going to select the bars with the melody that lead up to half of it, or that one section, and we're going to insert MIDI clip. You can also hit Control Shift M on PC, and I think it's Command Shift M on Mac. And so a simple clap progression is just clicking one in on 1.3. You want to line up 1.3 with the beginning. You want to just do this throughout. Now the clap is not really going to change throughout any song. Most of the time this is where you're going to place a clap for everything. Unless it's really slow and then you'll put it on the 2 and the 4. But we don't have to worry about that right now, and you probably won't have to. You can always adjust the BPM. So what we'll do is select that again, Control D throughout, except for your outros and intros. And let's listen. Simple. Does the job. Perfect. This is just keeping the rhythm. It's in every song. You know what it is. Clap, snare. It's really out to preference, but I like to use the clap because you can also use the snare throughout the song and kind of add some more jumpiness and such. So next we'll do hi-hats. And so once you find click the MIDI thing, the MIDI section, click it, make sure it's selected, see how it's lit up. You're going to insert another MIDI, Control Shift M, and go to a hi-hat of your choice. You can find, we're going to be using closed hi-hats for this. Opens are used for completely different things. So if you find a closed hi-hat in your library somewhere, choose that. So I guess I'll go through the Ableton library for this. So where are the drums? Drums kit. I don't want a kit. We're to go into samples. Hey. Now we're gonna find a good one. I'll just use the 808. That's perfect. Okay, so where I like to begin is in 1/8. You can see it in the bottom right corner that's already there. But if you right click, you can choose what your grid's gonna be. And so you would click 1/8. If you wanted 1/16, here it is. But that's too much. It's overkill, I think. Not for certain songs, but for this, it probably is. Well, we'll see. What we're going to do is we're going to hit B and have our marker out. And you're just going to go all the way across. Perfect. Now we got a B going. Control D all the way through. See, it's that simple. So to add more rhythm, we'll click in. What I like to add is, we're gonna go to 16th notes now. I like to add 2 steps. So it's like a dun dun or here we go. It's just a simple pattern to spice it up a little bit. And so maybe I'll just spice that throughout. Go skip that bar. Go here. It's like just plug and play. There's no method to any of this. This is just personal preference, and the snare is usually like that. That's probably a standard, but for the hi-hats, it's just whatever you think sounds good. You don't need hi-hats, but for trap and for most songs nowadays, they have them, and I tend to like them. It keeps the tempo, and just adds some flair, some spice. So let's hear it. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate that. And for the verse portion, here, let me color code it for you. Okay, so what we're going to do is these are called triplets. Back to 16. Let's see if I got it right. Adding these throughout makes it sound real good. You put the last 2 together, and you got a track, man. You know what? I'm gonna put it together. If you're following along at home, I can go even more in depth, but I'm just gonna do the basics here. So if you want a a video about the hi-hat sauce, I can make it for you. But for the point of this video, we're just going to do the basics here, just like this. Okay, so now that we have our basic drum pattern in without the kick, we're going to do some leveling. So I usually keep my melody at about minus 12 dB. If it'll expand that. It's kind of to taste. But if you follow these parameters, it should sound pretty good. Hi-hats, minus 12 or lower. Depending on the hi-hat, I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. Your clap should be about minus 6, minus 7, maybe less if you like it. I like mine more prominent, so I usually put it around there. Now you have a basic drum pattern. I'm just gonna add kicks. I'm just gonna add kicks to kind of spice it up and just to like make it sound like a full-on beat. I'll do more explaining and more in-depth in the next video when I do the kicks and the 808s at the same time, with compressing it so that one doesn't interfere with the other. But for now, I'm just gonna make a simple pattern. So here's some of the simplest patterns. I do use these in songs, even when it's more like chill and you don't really want too much going on because the vocals are the main point. So it's just boom, boom, ch, boom, boom, ch. You can also add another one. So here is how that sounds. And it goes boom, boom, ch, boom, 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 ch. That's basic drum pattern, perfect for whatever type of beat you're making. And as I said before, I use it all the time. I use it in probably every song, even when I have more complex things going on. It might start with just it might just start with that. Sometimes it might just be this. So here's the simple drum pattern, and I'm just gonna do this throughout because it's just a little test. Okay, so now that that's in, we're just gonna level this. See, it's not hitting as hard as it should be, so we're gonna crank it up. You're gonna make sure you want a clipper on. I will go more in depth with how to do so and stuff, but here's just a sneak preview of the next video of kicks and 808s and how to delve into that. I'll go into tuning of 808s and hip-hop. If you don't know how to do it, then you can tell when somebody doesn't. So and let's listen to our final product. If you learned something, leave a comment, leave a like, and enjoy. If you stayed this long in the video, thanks for watching. Below are links to my music, my socials. Feel free to follow me there. If you got any questions, I'll answer them. And please check out my music. Thank you.